everyone. Now we will discuss about editorial by Sashi Tharoor. So let's talk about this. Try to understand what writer want to convey. So this is a practice session to understand an editorial, how to make interest in the any random topic, and how it will be beneficial for writing or maybe in future somewhere if you want to put your thoughts on the particular topics that will be helpful. So Delhi's air a wicked problem in need of bold solution. So यहाँ पर they mention about wicked problem. So that means it is a kind of social or cultural problem. Means the it is because of so many factors this air pollution occurred. So they are talking about this. So each winter, as Delhi wakes under a grey sky and the air thickness with smoke, the city relieves a familiar crisis. Schools close, flights are delayed, and citizens scramble for masks as the air quality index routine breaches 400, the severe mark. So the AQI, you need to understand this is a air quality index. So according to the number, below 50 is good air quality, otherwise above 50 or maybe above 100 that will be a poor condition of the air in your environment. Deepavali prompts a fresh round of breast beating as the spate of firecrackers adds more smoke and pollutants to the already unbreathable air. But this is not a seasonal inconvenience. It is a chronic public health emergency, and yet after we treat it as a passing nuisance rather than a structure failure. So he is highlighting that this is not a just like seasonal problem. This is increasing year by year, and because of that chronic health issues also increasing. Since 2015 I have personally convened and conducted an roundtable on clean air with different stakeholders: public health expert, environmentalist, science journalist, member of parliament, and even ministers. Every year, I seek different institutional partner and a wider circle of attendees in the hope of enlarging the number of those determined to do something about the air we breathe, yet little seems to move. The consequences of breathing the national capital's foul air are devastating. He is highlighting that every year when like from 2015, since 2015 he is already doing discussion about this topic with many people with different background, and सभी का एक अलग ही डिफरेंट उसके ऊपर हो रहता है. तो the consequences of breathing the national capital's whole air are devastating. Long-term exposure to Delhi's toxic air can reduce life expectancy to up by 10 years. So he is highlighting that if people in such kind of pollution they will be there, so life expectancy will reduce up to 10 year तक का उनका life reduce हो सकता है, especially in areas with consistently with PM 2.5 levels. There is a sharp rise in asthma, bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD), and lung infections, particularly during winter months. Fine particular matters PM 2.5 penetrates the bloodstream, increasing the risk of heart attack, stroke, and hypertension in Delhi residents, and prolonged exposure to airborne toxic is linked to lung damage due to oxidative stress and DNA damage. So he is highlighting what kind of disease can be happen if this problem will be continue. Air pollution has even been associated with cognitive decline, depression, and anxiety, especially in children and elderly, as well as to rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and multiple slurries due to systematic inflammation and autoimmune disruption. People are relocating from Delhi even at the cost of their careers in order to avoid exposing their families and themselves to such risk. The complexity of Delhi's problem. Air pollution cost India an estimated 1.36% of its GDP annually, roughly $36.8 billion due to healthcare expenses, lost productivity, and premature death. Delhi's reputation as one of the world's most polluted cities deters international tourists and investors, and yet resources are being diverted to emergency responses such as cloud seeding to precipitate rain and domestic air purifiers, including for government offices, rather than investing in long-term sustainable solution. Delhi's air problem is not born of a single source. So now he is coming on the point that why it is happening. It is the sum of many catastrophic geographical, meteorological, and man-made that together create toxic haze. To solve it, we must first understand its complexity. Delhi's geography itself is a liability. The city lies in a basin like formation flanked by the Aravalli Hills, which restrict airflow and prevent pollutants from dispersing easily. During October to January, high pressure systems settle over northern India, leading to temperature inversion, a phenomenon where cooler air near the surface is trapped beneath warmed air above. This inversion, coupled with low mind seeds, locks pollutants close to the ground, turning Delhi into a bowl of poison. This meteorological trap is not unique in Delhi. Cities such as Los Angeles, surrounded by mountains, have faced similar challenges, but they responded with aggressive policy, technological innovation, and public engagement. Delhi must do the same. So he's talking about such kind of geographical problem also has in Los Angeles in previously, but it is still, but because of policy changes, people support, they have done something, come out, so they come out with a solution. So in daily cases, the new natural disadvantages are compounded by human negligence. Delhi NCR has over 3.3 crore registered vehicle. Diesel trucks, two-wheeler, aging buses spew nitrogen oxide PM 2.5 particle into air. Despite VS6 norms, enforcement remains patchy. Rapid urbanization also lead to unregulated construction with debris and dust contributing nearly 57% of PM 2.5 level. Covering sites and enforcing dust control norms are routinely ignored. Factories and power plant in neighboring state release sulfur dioxide and other toxins. Many still use outdated technologies and lack emission filters. So now he is talking about what are the different reasons. So he highlighted, first of all, they have multiple vehicles like 3.3 crore registered vehicle, diesel truck, two wheelers, buses, so which produce to PM 2.5 particle. Even after government continuously coming with new technologies, BS6 they are promoting it, after that same problem is coming. Rapid urbanization, so they are talking about unregulated construction, because of that dust and debris, that also 27% of PM 2.5. And factories, like we know, every factories has emissions, so they contain some kind of pollutant chemicals in the air, so that is also the reason. And then there are well known will villains everyone like to blame. Stable burning is a hardy perennial. Each autumn, farmer in Punjab and Haryana burn crop residue, sending plumes of smoke into Delhi's skies. Despite court order and subsidies for alternatives, the practice persists due to economic constraints and lack of viable machinery. Deepavali celebration and open waste burning add short-term serve spikes in pollution. Even green crackers have proven ineffective when used as masses. Delhi's air crisis is a textbook example of wicked problem, a challenge too complex, cross-cutting, and politically fraught for any single solution. So he now explained the word wicked problem means a challenge too complex, cross cutting, and politically fraught for any single solution. The causes are interlinked and stakeholders are fragmented, and the consequences are unevenly distributed. Global measures to emulate. But this year present a unique opportunity. For the first time, Delhi and its neighboring NCR state, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan are governed by the same political party, the BJP. The alignment can end years of intergovernmental friction and enable a joint clean air mission backed by scientific expertise and empowered implementation and driven by the central government. So he is highlighting there is a unique opportunity because in Delhi and nearby states also have the same political party government. So for an actionable plan, the three states need look no further than those places that have resolved very similar problems successfully in the not too distant past. London, once known for its notorious peaceful smoke, introduced an ultra low emission zone, charging polluting vehicle and incentivizing electric mobility. So he is talking about introduce ultra low emission zone and charging polluting vehicle and incentivize electric vehicle. Okay, it is also invested in green public transport and retrofitted buildings for energy efficiency. Los Angeles overcome its smoke crisis through strict vehicle emission standard, clean fuel technologies, and regional coordination across counties. The worst was Beijing, once infamous for its air apocalypse. Where on a visit 2 decades ago, I literally could not see out of my hotel window. So thick was the smoke. It implemented a multi-year action plan relocating polluting industries, banning coal in urban areas, and deploying real-time air monitoring. The result, a 30% drop in PM 2.5 levels over 5 years. Delhi must adopt similar measure not as isolated experiment but as part of sustained science-led strategy. Delhi urgently needs a unified air management plan that treats Delhi NCR as a single pollution zone. The three states must pool resources, align regulation, and coordinate enforcement across their borders. This must be accompanied by real-time monitoring and public dashboard announcing figure and achievements. Transparency builds trust. Citizens must know what they are breathing and what is being done about it. We must also incentivize EV adoption, electrify public transport, expand metro network, and deploy electric buses to reduce reliance and on private fuel burning vehicles. With political will, it should not be impossible to regulate construction and waste, enforce dust control norms, ban open waste burning, penalize violators. True farmers will need to support with alternatives. Government must scale up access to happy seeders and biodecompositors to make stable management economically viable. I am living in Indore, so many things still happening here. Government is still doing very good work for sanitation and even for the pollution also, that is helping. A behavioral issue, citizen engagement is a key. Pollution is not just a government governance issue, it is a behavioral one. Campaigns, school program, community initiative must make clean air a shared responsibility. The persistence of Delhi's air pollution is not an art of nature, it is a consequence of choices and a reflection of priorities. If we continue to treat it as a seasonal inconvenience with headlines every Deepavali and inaction thereafter, we will condemn millions of chronic illness, economic losses, and environmental degradation. But if we act with urgency, coordination, and courage, we will rewrite the narrative. Delhi can breathe again. The question is not whether we know what to do, it is whether we will do it. So, this is the very good article written by Sashi Tharoor. He is a fourth term member of Parliament, Lok Sabha from Thiruvananthapuram from the Congress Party. So, and he also author of 27 books mainly about modern India. So this is the very good article. This such kind of article give some points, some bullet points to think about it. What is actually happening, why it is happening, and how to overcome such kind of problems. So thank you so much. Have a good day.